Okay, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 6 of our Clone Wars MOC building series. If you saw the last episode, we did a bunch of this work over here, doing the foliage around the trees and starting this path, just filling that area out, and it's come along really well. Now, today's video is going to be a bit different in that we are going to be doing some building afterwards, but we did get a Light My Bricks package in, the Light My Bricks starter kit. So I'm going to go ahead and get that opened up and sort of figure out what we're doing with the light over in the security tower there. So that is going to be the first portion of this. Then we're going to get to some building. We're going to do this kind of middle area here. We're going to fill it in and decide whether or not we're going to continue on with the river. So let's get to the Light My Bricks order. Okay, so if you haven't heard of Light My Bricks, they make these micro LEDs that can go into your Lego builds. And on their website, they have a bunch of kits specific for Lego sets, but I just got the starter kit here. So it comes with that, a few bricks, and I think 6 lights or something like that. So I'm gonna open these up off camera and just figure out how they work. And then I'm gonna be showing you guys how we're gonna put them in that security tower. Okay, I got everything out of the bags here. And one thing I'm gonna be careful with before I install these is, if you guys seen Low Bricks on YouTube, they are another channel that does these Star Wars MOCs, and they just got this same starter kit and actually ended up breaking a few of these cables when they were trying to install it just because they're so thin. So I'm going to really be cautious. I do not want to break these because this thing's relatively expensive for what it is. I mean, it's just a couple lights, right? So anyways, I'm going to figure out how to do it, and I'll get this on the MOC. Okay, so I plugged in both light applications here. We got the single light and then this bar light. You get a few of them and they look good, but we've run into an issue already, and that is the fact that they don't come with a battery pack anymore, which in any video I've seen, it comes with a battery pack and then you could put it in your MOC. But this one, they just come with a foot-long USB cable, which, I mean, what's that going to do? This gap alone is like 3 feet, right? So now it creates a whole issue with how I'm going to get power to this lighting kit. And I guess I'm going to have to screw something onto the bottom of this because it's plywood. So I could run an extension cord across the floor, I guess, and have it connected here underneath, which kind of sucks because I was expecting the battery pack, but I guess they stopped selling those for whatever reason. So that creates a lot of work in itself, but I mean, I want this lit up, so we'll have to just troubleshoot stuff and figure it out as we go. So that kind of sucks, but whatever. We're going to carry on with some building, and I want to get a tree here. I'll pick one of these trees, put it in this area, fill it out. I also want room for lots of minifigures because we've got like 300 we're going to put on this thing, so we're going to do that. I also going to extend the river, and we'll see how it looks. I mean, this area looks great, but maybe it'll look too much if we extend it right across. So I guess we'll see by the end of this video if we want to just peel it up or not. Anyways, we're going to get to some building, and we'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, here's a look at the finished river. Now, I was sort of on the fence about it at first because I thought it might be too much for this size of MOC to have that much water, but it's not that much. I mean, it's a skinny little stream. And we actually had just enough pieces, so I used all the pieces we had. And I think it looks really good. It's going to look a lot better once everything's filled in, obviously. And the foliage is put on to make it look sort of embedded like that. So eventually it'll look like that, but for right now, that's how it's going to look. Now, the next issue will be getting this path to get over the water here. So I'm going to have to fool around with a few different prototypes for bridges, and I think the biggest issue is going to be the fact that it's at an angle, or I could just go straight across. I don't know. There's some stuff to figure out with that. I think that's going to be next week's project. So for right now, I want to kind of fill in this area, make it look like this over here, put this tree here, and carry on the path a bit. So we're going to do that. I'll put the time lapse on and then I'll talk to you guys at the end. Okay, so I finished this detailing work here, and I stopped here just because I don't know where the bridge is going to be. So I didn't want to do too much because I'm definitely going to have to build up that area once I have a sort of design for the bridge. So I just stopped it here and filled in the rest with the foliage that matches these areas. And as always, once it's done, it looks really cool. I like the way it's coming out, so that's good. The river's looking good. I also want to point out the vehicle placement. I think this is going to be probably the final placement for these 3 vehicles once everything's said and done. I would like to fit more vehicles. Like I have another ATTE, but I just don't think there's enough room to make it look good. That's just sort of to give you some idea of the scale and size of the MOC. So now obviously next week we're going to be figuring out that bridge. I've never built a bridge in that design before, really ever, so I'm going to have to fool around with some different designs. That'll probably be a whole episode in itself, as well as we're going to have to fill in this area because it's looking pretty bland. So there's lots to come. Anyways, I just want to thank you guys for watching the episode, and we'll catch you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe.